Hello guys and gamers, and nice to see you again. So did you know that the new Paper Mario, new old Paper Mario is coming out very soon, the Thousand Year Door HD remake that fans have been really wanting to happen for so long, so very long, including me because oh my god, the original one for the GameCube is very expensive. Well, talking about Paper Mario got me thinking that Nintendo actually has this really weird pattern or really weird habit of making games based on different materials. And I'm not just talking about the time Nintendo sold us cardboard and told us it's a game. What the But we have stuff like Paper Mario, where Mario is made out of paper. And then you've also had Yoshi's Woolly World and Kirby's Epic Yarn, where the main characters are made out of, you guessed it, yarn, and that plays into like the game mechanics and combat of the game. Then you also had Yoshi's Crafted World, basically the same thing as Woolly World, except now it's small crafting supplies rather than just yarn. And then Kirby also had Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, where he was a ball of clay for some reason. I wanted to really look at this idea of making games based on like different materials and what kind of materials could Nintendo use in the future to make really cool games. Now, when thinking about this list, I sometimes just came up with like a material that I would like Nintendo to use, and sometimes I just thought about like, hey, this game franchise really needs this material for some reason. So this is going to be a weird list, but let's begin. So at number one, we have paint. Yay! People are so excited for paint. But I was thinking paint could be a very interesting kind of material to make a game out of, especially when you look at like the art style direction of the game. And there's so much stuff you can do with paint. You can have watercolor paint, you can have oil paintings, and maybe even graffiti. And maybe you could mix those all up in a game. I was thinking something like, remember in Super Mario 64 when you just jumped into all sorts of paintings and those delivered you into like different worlds? Well, what if all of those worlds would be in different art styles depending on like how the painting looks? Something like that could be a very interesting direction for a game. And then you could maybe also have a Splatoon game, because like Splatoon is already kind of about painting the floors with your ink this time, not just paint. But I think it could be an interesting fit having Splatoon and different art styles. Maybe like a graffiti would work well with Splatoon, or maybe an oil painting. Gameplay wise, it would of course not be a multiplayer shooter, it would be more like a single player spin off for Splatoon, which we don't have yet. Would be interesting to see. And then you can do some clever stuff with paint. We already had paint as a game mechanic, I think, in Paper Mario Color Splash, and they did like a little bit with paint, but I feel like you can definitely expand like different kind of painting mechanics into a full game, whether it is more like Splatoon or more like Color Splash or its original thing that just looks pretty. But I think paint has a lot of potential for a weird Nintendo game. The second one on this list is just plastic toys, basically. Nintendo already is a toy company, basically. They also make toys, so I think this would be a good fit. And the first thought I had when thinking about plastic toys is actually just staring me right in the face as I am talking about it. And that is, of course, Legos. Hey, that's cool. I would love a Lego related Nintendo game. That would be really cool. And Lego recently, well, has been working with Nintendo, as you can see with Lego Mario here. Then there's also Lego Animal Crossing and the upcoming Legend of Zelda Lego set, which by the way has not been revealed yet, so shh, Don't tell Nintendo that we know about it already, otherwise they might cancel it. So shh, shh, shut up. I think there could be a lot of potential to a Lego Nintendo game. What would it be about? Would it be a traditional Lego experience? I doubt it. Would it be some sort of other Lego experience? Probably yes. I don't know. There's lots of possibilities with Lego, and Nintendo usually likes to do something really weird when they get like an opportunity like this, really to stand out from the crowd and try to innovate. But you could actually do more with plastic toys as well. I was thinking it could be really fun to have a game where everyone looked like action figures, including having like the weird joints and the ball joint in the middle. And I think a perfect game for that would be F-Zero. Yes, I'm being serious. You didn't expect to hear something about F-Zero in this video, probably, unless you're like the biggest F-Zero fan or my search engine optimization finally worked. Yeah, F-Zero, I think it could really work well if you could kind of reinvent the franchise to be kind of like a campy 90s anime, and then everyone would look like action figures based on like that anime. It would kind of work like a Saturday morning cartoon. I know those are not exactly the same thing, but you know, it could be really fun to make the word all campy and stuff, make everyone look like action figures. Instead of like having all of the races, you could have like chases. Captain Falcon would become like a rogue police officer that doesn't really listen to the rules and blah blah blah, is all badass. There's just lots of things you can do with the F-Zero, just the world. It doesn't all have to be about the races, because I do like how the characters look, and I think they could fit that kind of like action figure 90s anime or Saturday morning cartoon setting. So that could be really interesting. At least I think so. You probably don't. But move on to the next material now then. What the hell was it? Okay, so next material on this list has already been done. I know you're super disappointed in me. I am the worst person ever. Please cancel me for this. I deserve to die. I am suggesting an Earthbound remake, another franchise that hasn't seen much love recently from Nintendo, and by recently I mean last 20 years or so, because I think clay art style and Earthbound would go really well together, because Earthbound, I think the original for the Earthbound, not for Mother 1, the artwork of like maybe a game guide or maybe advertising or concept art, I don't know. I just remember seeing like the Earthbound characters looking like claymation, that was like used in some sort of official capacity. And if they would ever do a remake, then I think a clay art style would make it stand out and would really make it look so much charming, so charming, so charming. I would love it. It would be perfect. I don't know what else to say here. Okay, and the final kind of art style idea or material I had is just make Nintendo games more like dioramas. And there have been many instances where Nintendo has already designed their worlds to kind of look like dioramas. You have this in Super Mario 64, all the way to Super Mario Odyssey, I think, and then another Mario game I think is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, if that's the name of the game, I don't remember. But I think it would be really interesting to see more Nintendo games looking like they have been made in real life. And the biggest inspiration I have for this is actually this cute little Animal Crossing diorama that I bought from like some convention many years ago. It looks very cute and I want to play this. And also I am aware that Animal Crossing did not come out on the GameCube, but this was not the GameCube, Game Boy. Sorry, again, please cancel me. Anyway, Nintendo make this into a game. This thing here, exactly this thing. Screw the artists, copy their work. I don't know. That's This video has been a mess, but I hope you enjoyed it. I ran off. I just ran out of ideas. One more. Okay, we had Yarn Yoshi, we had Crafted Yoshi, Make a Plush Yoshi. I don't know. That's a free game idea for Nintendo. Just like one bonus to the end. Anyway, that was everything. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and my weird rumblings. And if you did, please subscribe. And if you didn't, please also subscribe. I'm really desperate for that number to go up. And I have nothing else to say here, so I guess I'll just see you guys next time. Bye bye.